welcome everyone to another Moz play. This is Moz Mojito bringing you Gourd. Now this is a game that I played a demo on and I really enjoyed the demo. I didn't get to finish the demo, but seeing that the full game kind of came on sale, I want to go ahead and take advantage of that. So we're going to go ahead and get started with a new campaign. Full disclosure, I did play this a couple times. The first chapter, the arrival chapter, so that's why you see arrival and warm welcome. But we're gonna go ahead and start off with just a casual gameplay, just to see how this goes. But
the Tribe of the Dawn was always a humble community of Dabo worshippers. Their elder, Bogdan, is neither a warrior nor a strategist. When the Calanthians came with their threats and promises, they had no choice but to obey. They agreed to guide them through the Lysatian forests, hoping for peace and survival.
beautiful graphics, by the way. That fire looks so real.
Here we are, Steward. No wonder our king chose you for this mission. You're more than worthy of this disgusting land. Are you sure we're in the right place? Where is that meek old coward who calls himself a leader?
Welcome, my lord. I am Bogdan, elder of the Tribe of the Dawn. I will guide you through the Lysatian woods. But, if I may, where are your warriors?
The king's forces will come when the time is
They're busy
right.
fighting.
Until then, we are your new masters.
As pledged, my lord. My tribe will follow the orders of the King's Steward. They are your people now. I trust you'll take good care of them.
We will, if they do their work. Did they find a place to set up a camp?
Yes, sir. Our scouts have found a good spot for our first gourd. A nearby pond should provide enough reeds and food to start a small settlement.
All right, so we're into the game now. So we'll just get through the first couple tutorials: up, down, left, right, camera spin. Like I said, I have played the demo and I have played this a couple times just to kind of get a feel for the game and the controls. So a lot of this is just going to be kind of a repeat for me, but we're going to get through it.
My lord, please order our subjects to move. We should follow our scouts' footsteps. We are not safe here.
Okay, so this is kind of like just a tutorial part for the game. Typical, well, how would I compare this? Age of Empire like, select a group, right click to make a move, so take them to waypoints and goals circled on the map, so to meet your objectives. So let's get them to their first objective.
Wretched wolves, those are the bodies of our scouts. There isn't much for us to bury, but it seems like one got away. With Dabo's help, he'll find his way back to us.
Okay, so now we got the mini map unlocked. And the census view, that's pretty cool. Shows you all the different resources in your area. Starts glowing when you press the button. And you got little comments from your people popping up on the side if you ever notice that. They're all tired right now, but just kind of follow along with the prompt and the direction of the diamond. So see how this goes. Now right about here, I believe you get attacked, so it's kind of like your first tutorial for fighting. It's all part of the intro. So again, this is a right-click attack. I think they also automatically attack. Some of your people are better fighters than others, but make short work of these wolves.
Sir, we've reached the pond our scouts told us about. It is indeed a fine location for a gourd. We have access to water, reeds, and other resources here. But first, let's build a palisade. These wooden walls will be the main defense of our new settlement.
Okay, so your typical survival type, strategy game: wood, reed, food, all your different things that your town needs to bring in for upkeep. Gold eventually for military professions. All right, so we got the action menu here. Shows you how to do different things here. Construction. And the build menu is basically construction menu is to build building. It shows you the population information, so that's going to grow as you play. And then the incantation meter, which is later. Basically lets you cast spells. So we're gonna line up our palisade in a circle and get them to get building our base.
Good. The palisade will keep us safe. Now, we need to think of how to make use of the resources we have.
Hold on, old fool. This is just a minor stop on our way to the cartographer. He's waiting for us with instructions on how to reach the gold. I don't...
My lord, I promise we will move on as soon as we have fortified our current position. For now, I suggest building a lumber mill, a forager's hut, and a thatchery.
A lumber mill does sound useful. Fine then. But be quick about it, steward.
Alright, so we're going Age of Empire style. I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze this in there since we have minimum space with a circular base. So you really kind of gotta do some Tetris skills here to get everything lined up. So we'll just go through the little tutorial scenario and get going. You gotta remember to make sure you send people to the building that you're gonna make them as far as be a profession for. Now what I like to do is try to find my best fighters and explorers and group them together, since they're going to be the ones that's going out in the forest and doing some things. In the meantime, I'll keep them off to the side and just leave one lumberjack. So again, some Tetra skills here. Squeeze that into your circular base so that they can start gathering reeds and fill that building up. So my two guys that have fighting in it or martial arts, those are going to be your strongest warriors. So I don't make them become lumberjacks or reed gatherers. I just keep them inside of the gourd here to help build, and then eventually I'm going to send them off to do some exploring.
I suppose you people are...
Sire, if I may, our people had some rations saved, but we will run out soon. We really need to start gathering food.
So I'm just doing a little bit of exploring, but I do know that the next step is to build a forger's hut. So I'm going to go ahead and get that unlocked here and squeeze that in my building, and that allow us to start gathering food, store that. But I'll send my explorers back to base to help out with building.
Our gourd is developing.
So that leaves me with two fighters now. The third person, I'm going to put them on food duty because you can look at their description and you can see that they're not really interested in fighting, but flair for fighting, martial artists, yeah, definitely going to leave them out to do my exploring. Everyone else can stay back at the gourd and work.
providing us with food. Even though starvation won't make us bleed, it will weigh heavily upon our subjects' mental state. If we neglect their sanity, they will flee our rule.
Insubordinance like that should be punishable by death. Feeble minds. In Calanthea, we would give our soldiers some wine to calm their nerves before the battle.
My lord, we don't have wine here, but we do pride ourselves on making a great drinking mead.
Mead, you say? That doesn't sound too bad.
However, the basic comfort of staying within the range of a torchlight helps a lot in our sanity regeneration. Our scouts can provide light to everyone venturing outside of the palisade, but I would recommend to build both a meadery and scouts tower.
Yes, yes. But let's start with the meadery, shall we?
So the meadery is gonna keep everyone nice and peaceful and calm, and you can see the benefits there as far as the sanity level. But these guys are busy fighting. As you click on their face, you'll kind of see their sanity level. So building that meadery is gonna help them build that back up and become more efficient in whatever you're tasking them to do. The same goes for all the people working in the gourd, whether they're gathering wood or gathering food or gathering reed. We'll just kind of keep sending them to the meadery to fill up that sanity level. So we're going to get these guys back here, and then we're going to open up the build menu and build a meadery. So this thing can hold 2 people at a time. So I always try to keep 2 people there, getting their sanity levels up to maximum, just because they're going to be that much more efficient. Now, as you can see, some people's level is going up already just because there's a can't even say it, but a mead place there. And some people's are dropping because they're farther away from the mead drinking bar. So we'll fix that as they come back into camp, and then we'll make sure that they get a chance to have a break as well.
The people seem to agree with your decision-making, sire.
So as you can see, that calm level is starting to go up. That's the big face in the middle of the screen at the top. So that's what we want. We want that to be nice and high. So she's pretty low on the sanity level, so we're going to get her drinking to get her cheered up, and then maybe start moving a little bit faster and gather and read a little bit faster. So this scout tower, once I find a good place to put it, is going to kind of give everyone a boost in sanity slowly but surely. So that's you just gotta assign one person to it, and that's all it takes to kind of get like a passive boost to your sanity level.
Our brothers are enjoying their quality of life.
All right, old man. I know that hygiene isn't your best suit, but don't your people...
Yes, of course, my lord. Our Balia is constructed in a way not only to provide hot water, but also make the best use of our healing herbs to regenerate people's health.
Huh? Heard that, steward? Order them to build it, right away.
So just like in Age of Empires and other war games, this kind of serves as the medical tent. You send your people there, and then they'll be able to get their energy back pretty quickly.
One of our people came across some...
So if they're at full health, they're just going to turn around and come right back out because they don't need it. So we're going to send these guys to the next objective. One of the guys is a profession for the scout tower, so I like to send him with the groups because that brings morale with the team. Even though it says that he's not skilled in fighting or doesn't like fighting, he's still holding that torch, which is what the other people will get boosted from.
What is he blabbering on about? I can't understand a word.
He claims he was attacked by the wild folk. people of the forest. But they have never attacked us before, unless they were provoked.
Clearly they had a change of heart.
He says they're walking towards the Votinga River, west of here. I fear that they may raid our gourd.
Our cartographer was supposed to be west of here as well. We cannot lose him. Let's move. No.
And there you go, that's the end of the first part of the chapter. Very short, more of a tutorial than anything. So your choice here is to continue to proceed on to the next chapter or to exit to the main menu. I'm going to go ahead and proceed just because that was a short chapter.
The wild folk used to live like wild animals. And although they can be violent, conquest was one of the many human things they despise. Nonetheless, they became more aggressive recently and attack the tribe of the Dawn's Gourd. I wonder if they are doing this to praise Veles.
So here you get to choose some new people to add to your gourd. Interesting. Whoever's checkmarked is who's going to join your gourd. And you can kind of click on each one to see their pros and cons.
My lords, the wild folk, they've attacked our gourd. Hurry now, or there will be nothing left of our home. To arms!
Okay, so this is the battle part of the gourd when you're trying to defend your town from attack. So as you can see, there's a couple broken buildings. So, you know, this is all part of the tutorial still. So this is still the same 6 people from my original tutorial gourd heading back to this other bigger gourd. So I'm gonna go ahead and send them to help defend or fight off the invaders. Then I'm gonna stick to the same way I was playing with my 2 main fighter guys going.
Dear God, so much destruction.
savages dared to destroy our king's property?
Sire, this is unusual. The wild folk are not our allies, but they were never desperate enough to raid a fortified Gord. Something's changed.
That doesn't matter, you old fool. They will pay for their insolence.
Of course, sire. But now we need to focus on salvaging whatever's left of our structures. We can repair the damage and clean up the rubble, and reuse whatever we can. Our defenses are up, but we should equip our subjects with proper weapons to better prepare for what awaits us outside of our walls. Let us build our first military structure.
So now this is going to give my guys some true oomph when it comes to fighting. And that's going to be very beneficial as I send them out to do some more exploring, clearing some more fog of war. And they should be able to last a lot longer against anything that comes up against them. And I think what I'll do is I'll make my weakest fighter, the one that doesn't really like to fight too much, become an archer. So my two strongest fighters will be axemen, and my weakest maybe good at speed or forest exploring, make him a more of an archer range fighter. But bottom line, I like to keep the three-man team going out to explore because that seems to work really well.
That's good enough. Let's search for the cartographer. He was supposed to lay out the best route for the gold transportation, especially across that damn river.
My people have seen the...
So probably what I should have did was make my martial artist an axe fighter, and then make my. But I didn't want to end my scout's profession because he provides that buff as you're out traveling. So I guess I'm good with this. One of each, one range and one ground. And they have like the little face paint too, so you can tell that they've been trained up and they're ready to fight. So it's time to go out and explore while everyone else is back at the town working, gathering wood, reed, food, and then I can send these 3 guys off to explore. 3 back at the camp, 3 out exploring. Correction, 2 out of the camp exploring, the rest back at the main camp working.
Bogdan, keep your people in line. Why did he flee?
The poor soul already suffered so much. Seeing a body mutilated in such a vicious manner, you would think that living here made us indifferent to such views. But it always takes a toll.
Your barbarian minds are weak. And this corpse belongs to yet another of your scouts?
No, sire. Judging from the robe, I believe this is the cartographer you were searching for.
Cursed lands! Ah! Forget him! We need his maps. Search the hut. Search this cage. Search everything!
That guy's not very nice, is he?
Sire, we have found the cartographer's notes in his hut.
Does it say where to cross the river?
I believe it does, my lord, but the marked route requires crossing the nearby swamps. It's a very difficult and dangerous area.
You dare to question the expertise of a royal cartographer? If he marked it, that's where we're going. Follow the plan, steward. We've wasted enough time.
This just reminds me so much of Age of Empires with very nice graphics.
Someone has harmed our brother.
So something I noticed, it looks like if you go to the flowers, that kind of heals you right back. So that's a good thing to have when you're out on the field.
You! Don't just stand there! Help me!
So this is where we get to use that spell button finally at the bottom of the screen, looking like a little face based on the tutorial.
This one is mine.
We'll get you for this!
Damn, that looked painful.
You saved me.
Those savages got what they deserved.
They attacked our gourd and killed our people. But you are not from around here.
I am not. I've been a traveler since my village got destroyed. People call me Lynx.
I am Edwin, an emissary of King Isidore II of Calanthea. It seems we share common enemies. What was that thing you just did to these savages?
Forest tricks. You pick them up if you live here long enough. But how come savages are a concern to such fine lords as you? And who are you, old man?
I'm Bogdan, elder of the tribe of the Dawn, humble servants of Dabo.
Dabo? The defeated god of the sun.
Watch your tongue, witch. I've lived long enough to recognize forbidden magic when I see it. Helping you is a mistake.
Hold on, old man. Undeniably, our new friend has some skills and a grudge against our enemy. I would suggest we join forces and welcome her into our settlement.
I wouldn't mind a hot bath.
But sir,
You yourself keep reminding us how dangerous these lands are. Well, we could use every pair of hands, especially hands as skilled as these, to deal with those threats until the Calanthian troops arrive, couldn't we?
yes, sire.
Very well, then. Let us carry on through those swamps and across the river. There is supposed to be a very nice settlement there.
Are you sure you need to go that way?
Of course we're sure, woman. We're following the map drawn by the royal cartographer. What is the matter?
Well, I think I already got rid of most of the filth on the way here. But beasts, monsters, and wildfolk living in those swamps drained my powers almost completely.
Beasts and monsters and... Ooh.
Building a temple and assigning somebody to pray in it would help me recover much faster. And believe me, you will find my powers useful in those swamps ahead.
Yes, I believe that we all agree that safety of us, our subjects, is of utmost importance. Let's build this temple of yours first. No one is to enter the swamps before that.
May the gods protect us.
I can take care of that, Elder. You just have some faith.
So is she a druid or is she some kind of goddess? I don't know. I mean, why would you build a temple to her so that she can recover her magic power? Not sure. But we're going to roll with it and we're going to do what the quest says to do and build a temple and go from there. But before we do that, of course, I'm going to send my guys out looting anything that's glowing. And
Run out of storage
we're going to
space for
get
our
everything
wood.
we can.
Need to build or upgrade a storehouse.
And we're out of storage space for our wood, so we're going to have to build some more storage bins too.
The Gord's expansion accelerated.
So this should get rid of our message saying that our lumber mill is full, we're out of space, and we just gotta wedge that in there.
Our sisters are enjoying their quality of life. Our brothers are enjoying their quality of life.
So not sure if you picked up on the comments that the person was saying in the background, quality of life. One thing I notice is whenever you hear that term, our sisters are enjoying quality of life or our brothers are enjoying quality of life. Next thing you know, you have a child is born in your town. So that's usually a good sign.
The people seem to agree with your decision making, sire.
And again, that kind of message just means that your faith levels are starting to go up for your people, or at least the sanity levels. So that's that usually the little skull in the middle of your HUD bar at the top. It looks like 4 out of 5 bars are filled up. So that's usually a positive sign too. It means people are going to work a little bit faster, more efficient.
A new determination fills the hearts of the people.
Anything glowing? I'm right clicking on it. Either it's gonna give me money, gold, items, health, or sanity back.
Sire, I'm glad that we found time to praise the true gods, but we need to proceed with our plan.
The confidence of the people surges.
So we'll go ahead and put a little bathhouse down so people can get some healing in, if they even need it. But I like to just go ahead and pick up plants when I see them to heal while I'm out in the field. So we got a new kid in the village, and look at that, they're contributing right away.
This terrain is not suitable for building.
I think this thing is just gonna like as people walk by, it's gonna help them build their faith up much faster just by standing by it.
The settlement's growth has significantly increased.
So lots of trees and bodies to loot. Now we got 3 fighters, so we got a really strong troop.
Our sister is in danger.
So it must be a situation where somebody's out farming. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Someone's out foraging and getting attacked by wild animals, so we're gonna send her back to town where she has some help.
Someone has harmed our sister.
So we'll get her healed up, and then in the meantime, we're gonna send our fighters to go clear that area where they were attacking. Okay, so they just cleared that area, but we definitely want to keep the animals under control.
We've run out of storage space for our wood. We need to build or upgrade a storehouse.
So since we slowed down on the building, 700 wood is going to be more than enough. What I need to do is just reshift my workers to other areas where we're really low, like reeds. But for now, since this is kind of like a walkthrough or tutorial almost, I'm just going to let it ride. So in case you didn't notice, Candace, who used to be a little girl, is now a full-blown adult, and she's chipping in with the village, helping out. So I guess that's going to be kind of a random little skill person that you'll see from map to map. So I pretty much like explored this area pretty good. I am a loot goblin, so I'm always looking for opportunities to get some fresh loot, but I'm just gonna send my guys straight to the main objective just to keep the story going.
We've run out of storage space for our wood. We need to build or upgrade a storehouse.
I would like to see how this fishing hut works. I just gotta figure out where I can build it.
Do you even know what's
I
ahead
would
of us?
assume it'd go on water, but I guess not.
A river crossing?
Yes. Which is also a horror's lair. It's known as Arduin, and it won't let you pass without a sacrifice.
Sacrifice? We will wipe this monster from the face of the earth.
Killing a horror is not an easy task, sire. No one has attempted such a feat in years. We would need a great deal of...
It's much more than a monster. It's a sentient demon, conjured from the most vile souls that Velis could stitch together in the underworld. My magic has no effect on it. If you don't want to die, just comply with whatever it asks you for.
Or try a different path.
I don't want to hear about a different route. We'll follow the plan and give this creature whatever it desires, or kill it for all I care. It's the steward's decision.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the challenge because I think attacking it might be a bad idea.
You can't build here.
And back to the fishing village, I guess it has to be built somewhere within the gourd and not on the water, which would make more sense since you are fishing. Okay, there we go. And it looks like we got a new child for the village, which is a good thing, but
Brought into the world.
in this case, it could be a bad thing for the child because to get past that big monster, one of the things it asks for is a child to eat, I guess, or sacrifice. I'm not sure. So, sucks for the kid. Okay, so we're gonna head back here. We're gonna grab the little child. Make sure everyone's healed up. We'll refresh sanity levels for everyone. And we'll send these guys right back to the objective circle so that we can advance the campaign.
We've run out of storage space for our wood. We need to build or upgrade a storehouse. Our brother is being attacked.
Okay, so it looks like we made it back to the monster, to the main objective to the story. And we'll turn in the little girl to see what happens. She'll probably get killed, but just to advance the story at least. Damn, that sucks.
Dear gods.
Who could have done this?
So I guess this is the main village they were trying to get back to, but it looks like there's nothing left.
So many lives lost.
What is that?
Get ready to fight!
It left.
What's happening here?
I don't understand it either. But we should leave immediately. He may return at any time.
I agree with the witch, sire. Let's hide in the woods and plan our next move carefully.
So there we have it, the completion of the next mission. Looks like you're dealing with fire-breathing dragons now in here. So, yeah, this is a very interesting story. It is a Age of Empires like type game, and I'm really digging it so far. So we are gonna stop here for now, and we're gonna continue on another day to continue to track the chapter and the story, and see where this takes us. You know, we'll see where it goes from here. But so far I'm really liking the game so far, so I hope you guys are too. So as always, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.